know what? It's all right. It's all right. Some of y'all that was on earlier heard this, but I'm gonna make this announcement again. Have some major ambitious projects going on. And to be quite honestly, it is a total transformation of Pi FreeSD Metatron and of I Am Ascension's Master Self Academy website being totally revamped and redone. Be a new logo coming. I have an ambitious software project that I'm in the middle of the beta testing is over now. It's about putting the content in the database and making sure everything comes back right. So that's what I am looking forward to, solidifying and further equipping and empowering and all of that on this 8/8 Lionsgate new moon on Sunday. So anybody else got anything that they are extremely excited about and going to throw a lot of energy into as the Lionsgate opens up on Sunday? Anybody else? If you don't have anything that you're going to throw a lot of energy and throw it into whatever is currently manifesting in your reality and whatever is currently aligning with your highest good. So today,
hello.
Hey, Jolene, go ahead.
Oh, hi. Good afternoon. I'm driving. I'm sorry. I was trying to get unmute while I'm driving. Shouldn't have been doing that, but yeah, I was excited because last night I dreamt about writing. You know, I love writing, and so I have the opportunity to write for a magazine, which my first article is published already. But I'm going to link that to opening up a writing, like a little writing club thing. So I'm excited about that. That I'm going to put that in my affiliation and just welcome people to write. It's not really what you do, talking back and forth. It's just writing. I'm inviting people just to write and for 15 minutes. So that would be a really good mindfulness meditation kind of thing. So I'm excited about that.
Well, when you start that, please send me an invitation to that, because that is definitely something that you know this as well as I do. Being a writer, we put ourselves in writer's block a lot. And
yep.
Having an exercise and having a group of accountable people that not only am I accountable to myself, but I'm accountable to them, would really go a long way in jumpstarting. Because I know I have 66 books inside of me.
Yep.
I'm currently writing 2 of them right now. But anything that will get my mind focused and directed in that arena is something that I definitely would love to be a part of. So when you get ready to get that started.
Okay, cool. I think you're on my affiliation list, but once over the weekend, I'm gonna work on it and I'll send you the link.
Okay. All right.
Share it with everybody. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Today we are still quasi covering the intellectual self. However, we are going to jump into the introduction into the my mastered self numerology, which is, it's numerology. I just took it another octave than what mainstream folks have been doing all these years. So first I want to ask each of us on this call, other than anything I've given you, what is your experience or introduction into numerology? Where'd you get your first taste of it? I got mine at age 9. Used to be a bus used to come through our neighborhood. It had a bunch of books. The bookmobile is actually what it was called, and had a bunch of books in there. And I saw a book on numerology. I can't even remember who the author of it was, but I saw this book on numerology. And at that time, anything that had ology on the back end of it, I was interested in it. So I picked it up and I read the book, and again, that was the first time I read something and I didn't learn, I remembered. And I thought it was really weird that I was like, wait, yeah, I know this already. So I've been dealing with numerology pretty close 50 years. I see Honeybee says that an ex-associate introduced you to it 4 years ago. Good. Jolene, do you have any experience with numerology other than what I've shared with you already, or have you had a taste?
No, just when I tell people my birthday is October 13, you know, they cringe, but I know in New York on Friday the 13th, I'm home by 12 o'clock. You know, I'm not playing it. I'm just home. But somebody did tell me years ago, oh, you are Libra. Libras are complicated. And so I don't know number thing, but
no.
That's all I know.
No, you got to stop listening to people who got
people talk crap.
You got to stop listening to people who got one article more knowledge than you, because stop talking to them folks. Victorious, you had your hand up. Please share.
No, I was going to say too, for Jolene, there are bad people in all signs.
Absolutely.
But also for me, I think it was just a natural transition. I first got into astrology probably at about 18 or 19. And it was just a natural transition for me, because one thing led to another, from astrology to numerology, the tarot, and then so it was more of a natural transition for me.
Absolutely. And for me, it was opposite. I started with the numbers and then started drawing astrology symbols in the dirt. Didn't even know what the hell I was doing. So I started from numbers, and the numbers activated me. And then I went to astrology, and I always knew the cards. We had a book about the cards in my house when I was a little itty bitty boy. So David, do you have any experience with numerology? All right, he might be just listening in today, but that's okay. Well, I want to start off by saying that regardless of what the current definition of numerology is, it is the science of numbers and letters. The reason why, and I think about 75, 80 years ago, the definition in the dictionary was changed, because prior to 75 years ago, astrology, cardology, and numerology were all equal sciences with astronomy and physics and alchemy. They were all equal sciences. Somewhere along the line, powers that be decided that the numerology and astrology portion was going to be discounted, but they never discounted astronomy. So you can look up and study the stars, but that's all you can do. You can get a legitimate job as an astronomer, but we have to sit here and tell folks that this is for entertainment purposes only. But that's another topic for another show. We're not going to talk about why and thus and such. But however, regardless of what that definition in the dictionary says, we are going to get into the science or theory of numbers and letters. Everything in this universe, everything is vibration and frequency. Everything. Even that inanimate object you may be sitting on, if it's a chair or a stool, it's got a vibration and it has a frequency. Everything. Numbers and letters have vibration and frequency. I'm giving us a little history there goes that word again, history. Y'all know what I think about history. But I'm gonna give us a little background. I like that word better than history. I'll give us a little background into numerology. Numerology was practiced back in ancient Egypt and Babylon. That's why I know the person they have credited with creating it, Pythagoras. I know that's horse hockey. They also credit him with being the father of mathematics. Well, somebody had to teach him the math. Numerology has been around as long as there have been sigils for language. Numerology has been around. Now it is the science of letters and numbers, but before it was a science of symbols. Because if you really strip down everything that we know about letters, they are all sigils and symbols. Every letter, every number, its own sigil, its own signal. Most folks that I've talked to over the years don't understand mastered self numerology, because basic numerology covers 1 to 9 only, with the exception of 11 and 22. 11 being the spiritual messenger number, 22 being a master number as well. My mastered self numerology covers 0 to 99 and even further, because there are folks want to say that 0 is not a number. 0 is a number, and it adds the power of the cosmos to any number that it is coupled with. 10 is a 1 with the power of the cosmos. 20 is a 2 with the power of the cosmos. 100 is a 1 with the power of the cosmos twice. 0 has a vibration. It has a frequency. 33 is a master number. 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, and 99 are master numbers, not just 11 and 22. I come from the school that if 11 is a master number and 22 is a master number, then guess what? 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, and 99 are also. Most folks didn't want to go through the process of getting the interpretations, the downloads for the interpretations for 0 to 99. That's why they just do 1 to 9. And they do 1 to 9 because, you know, you take any double digit number and you add those two numbers together to reduce it down to a single digit number. We will get into all of that when we start getting into how to do your own reading. For the purposes of this class today, just know that we're going to be covering 0 to 99, and Mastered Self, your soul numerology, covers all of it. Contrary to what anybody would say, you know, it's a mystical thing, it's a intuitive thing. No, numerology is based upon the alphabet, and any alphabet, there is a numerology system that corresponds with it. Because I speak the King's English, I deal with numerology of the alphabet A to Z. But any alphabet that has letters or characters that are different than the King's English of A to Z, there's a numerology system for that. Each letter of our alphabet has a corresponding number to it. And we'll get to, I'm gonna have you guys write this chart out at the end of this, and then you'll begin to see some of the symmetry and the beauty of numbers. Each letter of the alphabet has a corresponding number. Every letter in your name has a corresponding number. Every letter has its own numerical vibration and frequency. So let's back up a little bit. Every letter of the alphabet has a corresponding number. So A to Z is pretty easy to figure out what number corresponds with the letter A, being that it is the first letter in our alphabet. It's pretty easy to assume that it's going to be a 1. Real easy to figure out what Z is going to be because it's the last letter in our alphabet. We have 26 letters in our alphabet. So Z is an 8 to 6. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Each letter assigned to its own number category has its own unique vibration. And then if it's coupled with any other letters in the same category, they will share a similar frequency. For instance, the letters A, J, and S, A being the first letter, J being the 10th letter of the alphabet, S being the 19th. Is that right? AJS, AJS, yeah. No. AJS, the letter A, the letter J, and the letter S. That's a 1. A has its own vibration. J has its own vibration, and S has its own vibration. However, because they are all coupled into a group that is defined by the letter 1, they have a similar frequency. All of us on this call, we got vibration and frequency. Found out when I talked to Jolynn and expressed some things to her that her first step and my first step are the same. She is a 7, her first name, J106 equals 7, a straight 7. She's straight, no chaser. My name across, M-A-R-K, adds up to 16. 1 plus 6 is 7. So we have a shared frequency, her and I, but however, our vibrations are different because she's a straight 7 with a J and an O. I'm a 16-7 with 4 other letters that make up my name. You guys understand where I'm going with this? You guys feel there's a difference. There's a difference in all of the numbers that are assigned to all of the letters that are assigned to a specific number. Every letter has its own numerical vibration and frequency. So if we break down A through Z, if we break it down and you sit down, so you could start with this project if you desire. Just write them out, A to Z, on a piece of paper, and then number them 1 through 26. And every one of them, and after you get past the number 9, start adding the double-digit numbers together and reduce it down to what it is. So 10 will be 1, 11 is 2, 12 is 3, 13 is 4, 14 is 5, 15 is 6, 16 is 7, 17 is 8, 18 is 9. Go through that whole alphabet 1 through 26 And then after you number them 1 through 26, with all of the double digit numbers, reduce them down to a single digit number, and then group all of the ones together. I'm gonna help you guys out and be a really good teacher, and I'm gonna give you this chart so that you can have it. So I'm gonna give everybody a second to get a pencil and paper, except for Jolene, you're driving, so you can't do this. But everybody else can. Get a pencil and paper. Those that need this. So here is the chart for the letters. Again, letters A, J, and S are 1. Letters B, K, and T equal 2. The letters C, L, and U equal the number 3. The letters D, M, and V equal the number 4. The letters E, N, W equal the letter 5. The letters F, O, X equal the number 6. The letters G, P, and Y equal the number 7. The letters H, Q, and Z equal the number 8. And then the letters I and R equal the number 9. Now, in the next lesson, we will get into we'll get into the numbers 1 through 9. And we'll start breaking down the vibration and the frequency of those letters. But as you can see, just from that chart that I just gave you, that there are clusters of numbers that are related to each other. Now, start thinking about the letters that are in your name. So for a quick numerology lesson, write out your first name and use this chart. And on top of the letters, write the numbers that correspond with it. And then add them all the way up and get a double digit number. And then reduce those two down. For let's see, 4, 5, 9, 18. Yeah, David, you're 22. Joe, you're 7. Honeybee, you're 40. And Victorious, you're 23. So start to look at, because that number right there, the number I just told you guys to calculate, add up all those numbers in your letter, that first number, that 40 for Honeybee, the 23 for Victorious, the 22 for David, and the straight 7 for Joe. Start looking at those numbers and feel the vibration of that number connect with you. 4, 5, 7. And then start to think about how many times you see that number that comes back to your name. How many times do you see the number 4 or 40, Honeybee?
I've been seeing 444 quite often.
Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely. Again, like I said in the last class, we are our numbers and our numbers are us, and we follow our numbers and our numbers follow us.
Right.
Absolutely. When we start to, and you're a one of the blessed ones on the call, Honeybee, because you have a first step that is testing. 40 is a testing number, yet it drills back down into stability. Us odd numbers, a 7, a 7, and a 5. Oh yeah. We have our own built-in challenges that the even numbers, the 2 4s, you guys don't have this. You guys don't have near the excursions and events in your life as odd numbers people do. Odd number people, we're quirky, we're off balance. A lot of the times we are most of us are nonconformists. We don't want to, like, I'm a 7, so I sit in between the number 6, which is duty, service, and honor, and security and service, and just durable duty, and the 8, which is two interconnected circles who energize themselves. So I'm the 7, duty, and then the 8 just keeps spinning. But the even numbers look at the odd numbers and say, why are you so quirky, man? Why are you so off balance? Why are you so off beat? It's beauty in the odd and the even, in the yin and the yang. Absolutely. It's beauty in it.
I feel like it's levels to it, because with the 4 is all masculine energy. It's completely inflexible. So even when, I know it's something that I'm supposed to be doing, if I don't want to do it, I'm going to fight myself with it. Like,
absolutely.
I have to really learn to do what it is I know I'm supposed to do, because like with that 4, it's like, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it.
Well, think about this, Honeybee. 4 walls and you got a house.
True. Very true.
So that 4 is all about stability and security and a fortress. That 4 is like, bam, we're protected. And yeah, some of the stuff that you got to do for stability and security, yeah, you just be like, oh, brother.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. I just feel like for me personally, it comes a bit slower because I have to learn to overcome those challenges that I have. But now that I'm learning to overcome them,
yes,
it's definitely building a stable foundation. I just, got to step outside of my ways.
Absolutely. Victorious, tell us about that 5 and how it manifests in your life daily.
Let me take it off mute. Well, you already know. For me, it takes a lot to settle me down. Even though like I'm a Taurus and I'm like pretty laid back, like I have a lot of nervous energy. And I'm sitting here looking at this chart because I just went on and wrote mine out too. I even noticed in my name, Justel, I have a lot of odd numbers in my chart.
Yes.
Particularly 3s and 5s.
Yes.
And so I was listening to something you said on a call. I think it was the last call when you mentioned something about not staying at a job for like more than 3 years.
Yep.
That's always been the same thing with me.
Yep.
Like after about 2.5 years, like it's
Deuces.
on to the next thing. Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. And that 5 energy, 5 is the number of life. 5 is the number of experience. People with strong 5 energy, and the first step is strong energy. That's your natural inclination. Your first name is how you naturally get down. Yeah. You come to experience shit, Victorious. You come to experience all that that 3D has. You come to experience it. Yeah.
That's very true. Like for me, ownership of things, like tangible things, mean absolutely nothing to me.
Nothing.
Yeah. And then like when it comes to like conforming to rules and regulations, even the institution of marriage makes me nauseous.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Odd number folks despise commitments that are restrictive. They despise outdated laws and traditions. They bust traditions. Odd number folks are real quirky about that. I have a first step of a 7. 7 is the number of solitude and silence, and the number of spirituality, and yeah, I choose to be happy and positive every day, because the 7 is serious. 7 is really serious. 7 dances to their own law, their own truth, and they give 0 fucks about what you say, challenging them on their law and their truth. 7s are natural teachers. However, 7 is the number of the law, and it's the number of the police. Thus why I love 70s detective shows, and I love the First 48, and I love Murder Mountain, and anything that's dealing with policing and those type of shows. I always have since I was a kid. That the police are a 7. So what you will find as we get deeper and peel back more layers of this onion, which is numerology, you will find that everything about yourself is wrapped up in your name and the numbers and letters that correspond with your name. Everything. Your soul's journey. That's what I call it. I don't call it your destiny, because none of us have a destiny. It's your soul's journey. Where your soul is going to take you in this incarnation is found in your name. Your soul's urges, or the desires that lurk in your heart, the urges and desires of your soul are in your name. Your birth force, or your soul's energy, your natural talents and abilities, is in your name and birth date. Your karma that you come into this incarnation is in your name and your birth date. And your spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical / personality influences are all discovered just in your name. All of them. And there's much more. Those of us that you know are practitioners of numerology, we know that we could do an essence for you and tell you where you are in relative to your full name, because you live out your name. And what I mean by that is the name Mark has a value of 16. So it takes 16 years for me to live through Mark one time. Edward, my middle name, my middle birth name, Edward, is a 28. It takes 28 years to live through it once. And Pyle, my last name, is a 22. It takes 22 years to live through one. So at any given time, you are somewhere in your first, you're in one letter of your first, one letter of your middle, and one letter of your last name. That's why it's vitally important for everybody to, it's fine, you could change your name, spell it the way you want, but when you want to find out what's really going on with you, give the numerologist your name as it is, as it appears on your birth certificate. Because that's the name that 3D responds to. Unless and until you change it. My Pyphorus B Metatron is a coat and a hat over Mark Edward Pyle. Until I officially change it, that's all Pyphorus B Metatron will be, is a coat and a hat and shoes. Mark Edward Pyle will be the body. Anybody got any questions, any comments?
I actually wanted to say this was an excellent exercise because, again, numerology is a passion, but I've never really broken it down. I kind of got it explained to me the easy way. And looking at these numbers and circling all the odd numbers, I didn't realize how many odd numbers I had in my entire name.
Ain't it mind blowing when you really sit down and look at it?
Yeah, I'm like, wow, it makes so much sense. Wow.
Now, did you do your full 3 names?
Yes, I did all 3 of them.
Okay,
and
count
I
count up the letters in all of them. How many letters total in all 3 names?
19.
Okay, so that is your point of security. That is, no matter what, that is where you feel the most comfort, the most secure, and the most awakened and alive. 19 is a 10-1. 19 is it's a plant your stakes, plant seeds, freedom and fresh start. Nothing lasts forever. And if that is not you, that is, I'm telling you, my point of comfort, my point of security, I have 14 letters in my name. So my point of security is a 14-5. That is why I am attracted to the number 5 so damn much. So much. And being that I know what's up about a 14-5, you know, 14-5 is abuse of power and abuse of authority. I'm actually comfortable in those situations if I'm being abused or if I'm the one abusing the power. It's weird. It's weird, but that is my point of security.
Can I ask the question? Can you explain a little bit about the significance of the 23-5?
The 23-5, okay, the number 2 is spirituality, partnership, balance, you know, and always looking to balance the scales. You always want the scale to be even, equal exchange of energy. You couple that with the 3, and the 3 is fuck your balance, and the 3 is looking at the 4, fuck your security. I come here to party. So yours is always a conflict between, you want to say fuck it and the balance. So yeah,
absolutely true.
yeah. The 3 is careless with system and order. The 3 will be the one that leave your lights on all night, or you come home from the party and you drive up in your garage and you think you done handled everything, and you a 3, and then you go out the next morning and your car is still running in the garage. Yeah, that's what a 3 will do, some shit like that.
Well, actually, then my 2 must be a little bit stronger than my 3.
It is because it's in the front.
Yeah,
it's in the front. Yeah, absolutely. Thus why I switched to Pythias, because Pythias inverts that 16 into a 61, where the 6 is in front. So my duty and my service and my honor to society is pushing me to be the leader, number 1. Whereas 16, it's my way, and fuck your service.
Right.
1-6. It's my karma. If I don't turn the 16 around, I'll just be leading my karma. I don't want to lead my karma. I want my duty service to humanity to be my leadership. That's the switching of the 16. And if you start to pay attention to these numbers, and you can do this quickly on anybody in your family, and you don't have to do a full assessment like I do, just get their first name. Get their first name and their birth date. And yeah, we're going to break down how to do the birth date on the next call on Saturday. But just get their first name, and the number that it comes down to will give you a lot of insight into who they are. I'm going to go quickly. I'm going to give one word for each number. If you want to write these down, you can. Number 1, leadership. Number 2, balance, partnership, whichever one you want. Number 3, freedom, creativity. Number 4, stability / security. Number 5, life and experience. Number 6, duty, service, your duty, your service, plus karma. 6 is the number of karma. Number 7, technical and precise, loner. Number 8, manager in industry, abundance. And 9, brotherhood of man, humanitarian, endings and completions. So you meet somebody that's got 1 energy, they're going to be loud and boisterous. They got a lot of 1s in their chart. They're going to be loud and boisterous shit talkers. Loudest one at the party, the drunkest one at the party. Yeah, that's a 1. That's 1 with a lot of 1s. 2, they're going to always seek for balance. It's going to always be about fairness. They always going to be thinking about the other person or the other situation. 3 is going to be the attention grabber, the life of the party, the hell fellow well met, or the hell lady well met. Very popular. 4, you're gonna be like the wet blanket. You're gonna be the party pooper, because you about stability and security. You're not wasteful and none of that. 5 gives 0 fucks about a savings account and wasted shit. 5 is life and experience and freedom and liberty. Yes, Victorious.
Oh no, I'm sorry, that was my phone.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'll mute my phone.
6. No, you don't have to mute it. 6 is you meet somebody with 6, they're gonna be a workaholic. 4 is a workaholic too, but 6s, they're durable, man. They just can take a licking and keep on ticking. Timex watch is a 6. Remember that old commercial? It'd run it over, have the gorilla step on it. 6 is duty, service, and 6 is karma. You meet a 7, they're gonna be secretive, private, and they're not gonna divulge a lot of information. They're not. They don't like being asked a bunch of questions either. 8, huh?
Sorry, I was just gonna say one thing about that 6 too. Whatever energy you give, they're gonna give it right back to you.
The 6 is gonna give it back to you. Karma, yes, they're gonna get it immediate. 6 is the one that's the 6 and 7 are the checkers in the numbers, but 6 will roll over the top of you. Look at a number 6. Look how it is built. It is when it's standing up straight, it's cool. Let that top part tilt back and it'll roll right over you. Yeah, that 6 don't have no problem rolling over you. And then the 8 is endings, and the 9 is endings, graduations, and completions. So as you meet a 9 person, if they are low side, it's going to be woe is me and a victim mentality and everything is against them. If they are high side, they are very reserved and they are humanitarian, and they don't get too high on victories or too low on defeats, because they understand the cycles of life. Yeah, there's an ending to everything. Just like 1 is the beginning, 1 is that look at me. If it wasn't for me, none of y'all would be here. 1 is correct, but the 9 is like, calm down. 1, calm down, because if it wasn't for me, none of this would even start it. So each of the numbers, they have their own vibration, their own frequency. They are all standing tall within themselves. None of them are better or worse than the other. All of them have a low, mid, and high range. That goes for the letters too. There are, just like when we get into cards, there are no bad cards. They all have low, mid, and high vibration. And all of that low, mid, and high vibration, that's your choice. It's your choice. None of us is born evil. None of us is born bad. You know them conversations where you say, I just knew he was evil when he was born. No, you didn't. The fuck you didn't. No, you didn't. It's a choice. All of this shit on this rock is a choice. all of it. So I think I'm gonna end with that. I done ran on a little bit over today, but that's okay. It's all good. Anybody want to add to what we have already discussed today?
No, not really, but I really enjoyed this.
Thank you much. Thank you much. How about you, Honeybee?
No, it was a great call.
Absolutely, absolutely. David, you still with us?
I am, brother. I am. I didn't. I had to mute and step away for a minute, but man,
it's all good.
It was funny. Like my intuition was telling me 7 or odd. I kept relating.
Yeah.
When you got to 7, you read me like a book.
Yep. And I still have a reading for you, my friend. So after this call, email me a time and that's good, either Friday or Sunday, man, and we'll get together and I got this reading for you, man.
Cool, man. I'm sure it's gonna add up. Thank you.
All right. So, and then of course, let's welcome back Jolene, because I know she's gonna have something to say as we end out today. Jolene, you back? You back with us, Jolene?
Yeah, I'm sorry. My phone went dead, and I think I left my charger at work like a dummy.
It's all right. Stop the negative talk. You're not a dummy.
Oh yeah.
What you gonna do?
So I had to go search.
So you do have
I'm
another.
sorry.
One. You did have another one, right?
Yeah, but I had to make a mess, find one.
That's all right. You found it. So now what you do is you leave that one at work. So you got one at work and now you got one at home. So you never be without your charger. See? So you're not dumb. You're actually smart.
Yep.
But we're closing out. Do you have any final remarks for us tonight?
I think this is interesting. I think last night after we spoke, I found. Oh, I think we.
Did we lose you? Yeah, I think we lost her. I think her charger may not be working as well as it's supposed to. So that's okay. I'll get her input and I'll get everything that she was going to say, and I'll let us know on the next call. This has been great, y'all. This has been fun, y'all. And let everybody that you want to know. Let everybody know that for the foreseeable future, we're going into numerology, astrology, and the cards. So it's going to be like this, well through the September and probably October. So you guys can invite whoever you want to come around, because we're going to go from, like I said, we're going to go from 0 to 99, A to Z. And I'm more than willing to give all of this stuff away. So if nobody has anything else, this has been On the Sevens with Piper's Beat Metatron. I'm really thankful and grateful for everybody. You guys stay tuned. I have a feeling sometime this weekend there will be a big email announcement and a social media announcement coming from me with reference to some of the things I've already made mention to you guys. I'm really excited. I'm glad you guys chose On the Sevens with Piper's Beat Metatron, where we awaken, ascend, and expand. We go through the 88 steps to your mastered self, and along the way, your mastered self awaits you. Love each and every one of you guys. Goodbye for now, and I will see you guys Saturday.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.